All right, small business owners, entrepreneurs, business professionals, startups. I am excited to bring you this particular presentation. And the presentation is all about creating your business plan with AI power, 30 days to success. So this is going to be, I'm going to actually show you a number of tools that we use, not only just for business plan purposes, but in general throughout being in business, whether that's for ourselves here at Moving Forward Small Business or on behalf of our clients and the members in our online community, which I'll introduce you to in a little bit. So when it comes to business plan, there's a few statistics that stand out. One, in the United States, only about 33% of small businesses have a business plan. And then of those, only 70% of those succeed past year 5. And so that's with the business plan. And so we all know that the failure rate of small businesses within the first 5 years is tremendous. I believe that's around 70%. So not having a business plan can be extremely detrimental to your business, to your organization, to you as an entrepreneur and business owner. So my job here today is to really give you the opportunity to get started with the business plan, even if you're already in business. Because the cool thing about being already in business, you actually have data, and you have data that can be used to fine tune a better business plan than if you were starting from scratch and had nothing at all. And that's what we're going to see a little bit of today as well. So, and of course, we're going to really dive into AI. And AI is such a powerful partner for small businesses. And I hope today I'm able to show you how you can leverage that power to get things done. All right. So let's start by, first of all, of course, letting you understand who I am and why me and why Moving Forward Small Business. So I'm known as the Impact Influencer, not because I'm an Instagram model or Instagram star, because I help influence small business owners and entrepreneurs through training, through programs, through speaking, through motivation, through whatever it takes to let small business owners and entrepreneurs know they have pretty much everything they need inside them. And the key here is to make sure that we're doing a great job of getting that message out to the people who need to hear it, the people who are around you that can support you, how to motivate them the right way. So then at the end of the day, you can get to the end goal faster, whatever that vision is, whatever that mission is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay. So I get an opportunity to travel around the world. Just to give you an example, as of this recording, next week I'll be leaving for Nashville, Tennessee, to spend a week with the National Association of Blind Merchants. So it's 400 plus entrepreneurs that are blind that are all in business. You know, there's so much incredible entrepreneurship out there. And then I leave after that to go straight to Amsterdam to speak with to be on stage with some of the biggest brands and run panels for marketers in the, on the global stage. So I spend a lot of time speaking with entrepreneurs, with businesses of all sizes. But my sweet spot and what I love to do is to support the small business ecosystem, which is why we're here today. Being a writer for Entrepreneur, partnering with organizations such as SEMrush, HubSpot, Cascade, Trainual, organizations like Digital Marketing World Forum, and the organization that I'm actually flying to next week, which is the National Association of Blind Merchants, SCORE. It goes on. So I'm excited to be in a position to be able to understand what small businesses go through, because I also am a small business, and also it's my profession to support that industry and come up with strategies that help them. Okay. So I'll tell you a little bit about Moving Forward Small Business. We formed it in 2020 of this year, and we're a community-based membership, and it's really for us about community and bringing people into our organization that want to grow. So we help you with developing a growth mindset. We focus on innovation, technology, and strategy. Again, leaning towards this webinar we're doing today. We produce a lot of resources within our community for training purposes to help you. And we also do about 6 to 7 hours of in-person online training live So we do it, all the on-demand training was live, and you can be a part of that audience and influence and ask questions in real time as the content is being created for you to watch later on. And then empowerment for growth. So we do a lot of partnerships. One of our partners is Cascade, and we focus a lot on strategy. So if the business plan is what we're supposed to do, the business strategy is how do we execute on that. And so they say 9 out of 10 businesses that have a strategy fail to execute. So there's a lot of missing pieces, which is probably the biggest reason why a lot of small businesses fail. And if you can get ahead of that, you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of your competition, and you're going to not be a part of that failing statistic. And that's what we want to bring to the table and help more businesses do. All right. So what are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about, I'm going to start with a step-by-step method of completing your business plan within 30 days. Okay. Now, of course, with AI, you could do it probably in 30 minutes, but AI does not have all the answers. AI is meant to support you as a professional, help you get answers quickly, help you move faster. So it is not the end all be all. Okay. It is a tool, just like your Facebook page is a tool, just like a video you produce is a tool, just like your phone is a tool. If you're doing stuff with your phone, it's a tool. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to give you, the entire presentation is going to be pretty much a 30-day walkthrough. And what you're going to do is, as you're leveraging AI, even if you use a tool that does your whole business plan, you need to go through the business plan and fix it and correct it. For us, the workflow for leveraging AI is human, AI, back to human. Okay. And so I'll show you what I mean by that. And we're also going to look at the critical components of a successful business strategy and plan. We're going to talk about proven strategies for developing a dynamic and effective business strategy. We're going to, again, look at the AI tools. So I'm going to show you quite a few. And some of these tools can do multiple things, but I'm going to show you specific tools that can do something very well. But that doesn't mean that if you already have an AI tool, that tool may be already to do that. But sometimes in certain cases, I like AI tools that are built for a specific job. That way that they need less interaction or even less prompting in order to give me what I'm looking for. Okay. We're going to look at practical tips to align your business goals with actionable growth strategies, and then techniques for setting your business up for a long-term success from the very beginning. So again, in this, for you solopreneurs and those just trying to figure out what you want to do in business, you need a business plan. Again, this is also for those who may have been in business 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years, and never had a business plan. You need to have one if you really want to outline a better growth strategy for your organization. So let's talk about the power of planning. When we do planning, here are the things that we can look forward to. Clear direction. A well-crafted business plan provides a roadmap for your venture, ensuring you stay focused on your goals. And as a small business, we can be easily distracted. I know many of entrepreneurs who have multiple side hustles. Side hustles, to some degree, can be distraction when all of your businesses are considered side hustles. Okay? It's good to have a side hustle if you have a day job that you're trying to leave. Well, that's a different thing, but you should have that one. But when you have multiple ones, and I've been guilty of this, you end up not making the progress you want across all of your endeavors. And then you get to that point where a year has passed and you still feel like you're in the same place. Okay. Accelerated growth. When you have that plan, you can determine how fast you go, how fast you grow. Okay. And then secure financing. If you want to raise money in whatever capacity, whether it's through, traditional means, whether through a bank, whether it's through the SBA, whether it's through crowdfunding, whether it's through venture capital, you're going to need a business plan. Okay. So, here's how we define your business ideas. First of all, you got to identify the opportunity. And again, you can actually be in business and still not be fully clear on, what are the unmet needs in your market? This is how you to build in differentiation between you and your competitors. Okay. Clarify your vision. Vision, mission, values. These are not terms only for big business. These are terms that we as small businesses need to adopt, and the sooner we adopt them, the easier it will be for us to enroll people on that journey with us, get the support we need, bring in the partnerships that can really skyrocket us to the next level, and give us the competitive advantage again over our competitors, building in structure for our strategy. And then validate with research. With these amazing tools we have available to us today, research is easier now than it ever was before, and very, very inexpensive. Okay, depending on the tools you may have, everybody's paying something for something. The question is, are you getting all the value out of the tools you possibly can? And I hope to show you a little bit of that today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to go right into the 30-day plan. Okay. And just so you know, this is being recorded. So you'll get this recording, and you will also get access to my slide deck, which can serve as your step-by-step guide as you walk through this. My objective with this 30-day plan is to, let's say, again, if you have an AI tool, and I'm going to show you a few of them that can write your entire business plan, I want you to go through each section of the plan and fine tune it. Whether you use the exact same tool or you have to go outside of that and use anything from Google to any other tool that might be able to get the job done and give you even more information to fine tune that business plan specifically to your needs and the needs of the people that you serve. Okay, so let's look at day 1 and 2. This is the foundation of building your business. If you get this part right, it immediately puts the blinders up, and you can now officially start to focus on the things that matter most. If you do not define your vision, your mission, and your goals up front, you will fall for anything. Okay. People will come to you with great ideas on how they can help you, how you can help them. And if it's not in alignment with your vision, your mission, and your goals, it will take you off course. They will succeed because they've managed to pull you into their world, not the opposite. You want people to be pulled into your world, but you also want them to come willingly. So you need to clarify the purpose. What's the purpose of the organization? Why does this organization exist? Next, you want to draft the vision. Create the overarching vision of the venture. Basically, where do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? So I'll share the vision for moving forward small business. Our vision is to be the #1 strategic support system for small businesses globally. And then our mission is to save 1 million small businesses from failure by 2050, leveraging innovation, technology, and business strategy. Those two things always come out of my mouth when I'm in opportunities for partnerships, when I want to talk to vendors that I want to bring on board to support us, when I want to try to pitch us for public speaking and trainings, and even when I'm talking to potential clients to show my commitment to them because they're a part of that ecosystem. Okay? Set goals. When you know what your purpose is, when you know what your vision is, where you're going, you know your mission, what you're supposed to be doing, now you can set goals that say, if this is where we're going, here are the things that we need to achieve, and by when we need to achieve them. So establishing short-term and long-term goals, ensuring that they are measurable and obtainable, and they're in full alignment with your vision, your purpose, and your mission. And then, of course, we're going to leverage AI to make sure that we are looking at this in the right way. So we can ask the AI, based on what I'm trying to do, what would be a great purpose? What would be a great vision? What would be some great goals? And these are all separate prompts you're going to give it, and it's either based on pre-existing things, like if you've already been in business, or you could even base it on a competitor. So you can get an insight of what it is that, you'll get an insight on where are the opportunities, and pull this thing together, word it, and then all you have to do is tweak it. Human, AI, back to human. Okay. And so just to give you an example of what I mean, this is a tool we use a lot. It's called Anyword. Okay. And Anyword, what I decided to do, so we do a lot of work in this tool for ourselves, for our customers. And this is an AI generative tool. We don't use ChatGPT. We use very specific tools. And nothing wrong with ChatGPT. We just use other tools. So this one here we're using a writing prompt, which is similar to a chat GPT. And what I did was I said, give me 3 personas for my company based on our website URL. And then I dropped in our URL of our website. Okay. And what I can do here is I can put it in a specific tone. We consider ourselves advisors. Let's put it in advisor tone. And I can also add talking points, and I can also choose personas. And again, we're going to get into this a little bit later. But again, this is why we use these type of tools versus just ChatGPT alone, because I have so many different things I can add to this prompt before I even hit the generate button. Then I can generate 1, 3, 5 different variations to compare them and find the one that best suits my needs. So if I go ahead and hit generate, let's just see what it comes up with. And again, I could ask it tons of questions. I can say, give me an ideal of a great purpose for my company, a great mission for my company. So it gave me 3 different personas. It gave me a strategic entrepreneur, an aspiring entrepreneur, an established business owner. It talked to me about their background, their needs, and their interest. So again, the tool did all that, and I can read in here and I can go, okay, let me make some adjustments. I understand this a little bit, more than the tool, so I can make adjustments, but you're not starting from zero. Okay. So this is where you can start to leverage AI to start to help you create clarity around your purpose, draft your vision, set up some goals. All right. And again, I'm going to pop this back in. So I have the reference. I'm going to say, give me 5 goals for, because you want to be clear on what it is, for reaching my target audience of entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders. Okay, so let's see what come up. I'm just going to do 1 on that. Again, it's up to you, and I can make this prompt even more clearer. So it says empowerment through education, develop and deliver comprehensive workshops, webinars, foster a community of innovators, leverage strategic partnerships, provide tailored solutions, and promote a growth mindset. So they're very high level goals. And so with those goals, I need to create objectives, and I also need to create KPIs to measure how we're doing on any of those goals. So again, if you didn't have any ideas before, this is very good if you have something to use as a reference to help you formulate, what am I trying to create from what I already know. All right. So it's not just about generating a blog article for you that you put up on your website. Generative AI can do so much more. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Conduct market research, analyze market trends, utilize tools that can look at market trends and, of course, overall consumer behavior. And you can even automate data collection. Use AI to automate data collection and perform sentiment analysis on customer feedback. And there's a number of tools. There's Idea 8, which is a great sentiment tool that builds sentiment leveraging AI around any topic, an area, or anything that you're looking for based on conversations being had on Reddit. Okay. So conduct market research. You can use, I'm not going to go into another tool yet because I'm going to show you a tool in a second. So we're going to do that on days 3 through 5. So you're going to focus on conducting market research. If you have to go to your AI tool to do that, that's a tool you can use. I'm going to introduce you to a couple other tools in just a few moments. Day 6 and 7, you need to identify your target audience. And I kind of did that with using my AI tool where I said, look at this website. Give me an idea of what the audience for this website could look like. And so this will help you clean up, the opportunity for, if you can create personas that we call them, or avatars, you can start to fine tune the messaging on the website, in your campaigns, in your conversations with partners and vendors, to be very specific about who it is. Who are we trying to attract? Who is our ideal customer? Okay. So when we talk about identifying target audience, you want to develop a detailed profile, create a comprehensive profile of your ideal customer, including demographics, interests, psychographics, and pain points. You also want to leverage AI-driven analytics to kind of see, again, to segment that audience based on their behavior and their preferences. So I'm going to show you two quick tools here that we use regularly that'll cover the conducting market research and identifying your target audience. All right. So the first tool I'm going to show you is a tool called Awesome. So this is a tool that we ran across quite a few months ago in some training we did around AI for market research. And Awesome is a tool where if you drop in the URL either of the homepage to get a market research plan of your entire organization, you can do so, or you can pick a single product URL from your website or from wherever you have this page about a particular product or service and do a full market research report on just that product alone. So these are some of our clients. We've dropped it in, but I'm going to show you. So we're actually in the middle of developing a new SaaS product around strategy. So I'm going to open up the report just to give you an idea of all we did was give it the URL. So we created a web page because we don't have the product yet, and we're still developing the rough structure so we can do our prototype of this product. Okay. So what we did was we knew what we wanted it to do. We knew who we wanted it to help, and we knew some of the elements of what this SaaS product would have to have in order to be relevant in the market. And then we had that scanned in Awesome. And so this is going to this is going to clean itself up. So I was able to immediately get a SWOT analysis around Strategy Spark, which is the name of the software that we're developing. Okay. And it showed us some strengths, some weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then it actually broke down the market sector. So I could see market research overview. I see that we're in the business strategy solution market. So now I'm clear on, well, what industry am I in? It gave me an introduction to, the market size, defining features, key trends, challenges, and conclusions. Then it gave me some overview of the market size and growth. Okay. It also gave me some decoding customer behavior. It gave me some customer segmentation strategies. So it figured out, this would be great for small enterprises and startups and remote teams. Great. So now these are potential personas that I can go after, specific types of individuals that fall under these three different segments. Okay. Then I can go over here to content and offering. Now I can look at business analysis. So it gave me, the target audience, small businesses and startups seeking effective strategy, execution, and alignment tools. So very simple language. In some cases, language that a fifth grader could understand. Okay. It gave me the unique selling proposition. And again, it's leveraging its AI mind to create this stuff, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% correct. I can still go in here. I can download this report and then clean this up and modify it to be my own. But again, I'm not starting from scratch. This is how I'm getting things done in 1 or 2 days versus it taking us 6 months to a year to write a business plan. We want to get in and get it done so we can get to work. Okay. It created personas. So it created a buyer persona. It gave me the name of the person, their level of education, their title, their income, female, single, no children, psychographics, sociographics. It gave me identifying user pain points. It gave me their work habits. And this just keeps going on. There's so much. It gave me 3 different customer segments. So I'm going to stop here, but this just shows you how crazy these tools are. And the more you can give it, the more it's going to be in alignment with what you're looking for. And you're like 60, 70, 80% there. And all you have to do is just add your touch to it. Okay. Another tool is called Delve.ai, which is one of my favorite tools right now. And it takes historical data and it pulls that data into the site. And the historical data is coming from your Google Analytics. It's coming from your Google Search Console data. And you could even pull in customer personas from your CRM, depending on your level, your whatever level you have of this platform. Okay. And so what it does is it takes your pre-existing data and it creates, here are the 4 different buckets of people that visit your website. You've got passive browsers, bouncers, one-time buyers, and cart abandoners. And so these are actual personas that were created from your historical data. And you can click into this data and you can see things like who Sophia is, the summary of her, who she reports to, responsibilities, jobs to be done, what's her buying behavior, what are the key obstacles for her actually making a purchase, what are the psychological drivers that push her to the point where she does want to make a purchase, where does she work, what is her job title, what's her preferred method of communication, what type of content does she like. All this stuff can now be fed into your business plan to really help understand, here's how we're going to get this specific type of people, and here's the type of activities that we need to be including in our marketing plan, in our content plan, in our operations plan. And you can see how this data that you didn't realize you had access to can be so powerful in fine-tuning, the business plan. So now you're feeding this data back into your business plan platform, and you're even clearer on how accurate that is. Now, that doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. Once you go into business, you're going to have to start making adjustments. So let's go ahead and go back into this. All right, so 8 and 9, we need to look at analyzing competitors. Bad competitors in, bad data out. What I mean by that is you have to be extremely clear on who your competitors really are. Depending on your industry, depending on, your products and services, what you're offering, who you're targeting, you got to be very clear. And then you got to go, who else is trying to reach that audience? Who else is competing for the same dollar bill that I'm competing for when it comes to that particular audience? Okay. So you need to analyze the competitors. And when you analyze the competitors, you need to analyze them to identify gaps. Where are there opportunities where your competitors are falling short? And this is where you might ask your AI to give you a profile of this competitor, all the good things about them and all the bad things about them. More or less a SWOT analysis. Do a SWOT analysis of this big competitor who I would consider the number one competitor for my organization. Gather that data, analyze that competitor, and then you can start to improvise, update your products, innovate your products and services to be even better or attract the type of people that they are repelling. Okay, so you analyze those competitors. And then you need to outline your products and services. So again, if you understand your competitors, if you understand the market you're in, if you know what your vision is, your purpose is, your vision, all these things are now going, all right, so what products would be the best products to serve to our audience? So now we can describe the offering. You can be clear on what the products and services you offer are, and you can also be clear on why that is. You need to be clear on, well, what problem am I solving? If I sell insurance, you're not just selling insurance, you're providing security, you're providing, risk management, you're providing things that help people sleep at night. That's what people want. They want to be taken care of. They want comfort. They want to feel secure. So you need to explain how your offerings address the customer's needs. And then you need to anticipate needs. Use AI to predict where things could go, based on past trends, and based on where we are now, what could be the direction of of this audience. And then, so again, it's not necessarily a full crystal ball, but it can give you a lot of insight on where you might want to go. Okay. So let's come back in here. If we were still using the awesome tool, if we scroll down a little bit further, we've got product audit. So we got a product report based on the URL you dropped in. We got a product market fit. We've got unique selling points. We got competitive opportunities. Okay. We got timing rationale. Why now? We got product roadmaps, because you're going to need product roadmaps, whether you're product based or service based. And again, this is all from one tool. Now I'm going to introduce you to another tool that we use called SEMrush. And SEMrush is, to me, my Swiss Army knife of digital marketing. And one of the tools that we have active in our SEMrush account is the trends. And the trends allows me to drop in my competitor, and then I can see things like the market's domain, the market domains that are in that particular industry. I can see the traffic of that industry, and I can see the cost of doing business via digital in that industry. I can also see the total addressable market size and the total serviceable market size based on that competitor. Now, you're going to need a big enough competitor to be able to see that. Usually when we start working with business owners, we usually say, give me 3 very direct competitors, and then give me 1 industry leader. And that industry leader is where we would use situations like this to really get a full understanding of what the industry is capable of, what we're able to do if we got in this industry. Okay. And so here I can start to see some of the major players, which are now some of the competitors. And what you're seeing is growth strategies. They're either a game changer, a niche player, a leader, or an established player. Now, don't worry too much if you don't understand all these tools. Inside of our online community, which I would share with you at the end, we actually do deep dives on every tool that I'm showing you today. We do deep dive trainings on them. So if these tools are tools you decide to use, we have training that can help you make sure you get the most out of those tools. Okay. We can also see, the total traffic trend. We can see the traffic distribution of the market versus certain key competitors. This is why it's so important to make sure you pick the right competitors. Because when you pick the right competitors, you can now see this is the market when it comes to direct traffic versus referral traffic versus organic. And this is where the competitor is either beating out the odds or falling behind. And this is where you might go, all right, they're running ads and we're not. And it looks like a lot of our competitors are running ads. We probably need to start running ads. And we can also look at what those ads are, because obviously if they're doing it, we might need to do it. That doesn't mean not always you need to do it, but let's look into that and see if we need to do that. Okay. So this is a little bit more about certain tools that exist that can do tremendous stuff. Audience overlap, benchmarking. So these are tools. SEMrush, that we're looking at now. We looked at Delve, we looked at Awesome, we looked at Anyword, and I still have a couple more tools I'm going to introduce you to. So let's go back in here. And again, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to see this again and watch it again. And I'm going to be sending you the replay along with with links to all the tools that I referenced in this here. So when we talk about outlining your product, again, describe your offer. How does it solve the customer's problems, and how do you anticipate need so you can always stay ahead as the product evolves? Okay. And then you need to develop a unique value proposition, and you can use AI to do this, to find the uniqueness. How do you find a uniqueness about your product, or even the uniqueness about you as the owner or the founder or one of the key leadership people? You need to understand your competitors, and you need to understand the language that's happening in the industry so you can determine where do we stack up when it comes to this particular industry, this topic, how we approach something. And this is where you definitely want to do something like a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis should be a part of your marketing, your business planning strategy. Doing a SWOT analysis, understanding what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, understanding what the opportunities are, what the threats are. That's what the SWOT stands for. You can do that. You can develop a unique value proposition that really differentiates you. Another way to develop a unique value proposition is to do a survey. If you have an existing audience, or you have the ability to survey a specific audience, about a product that they might use, that you're developing a competitor version of it, or if they've actually used your product, you can do an internal survey to find out what they love the most about your product, but also what they don't like about your product, so you can determine how can we address that, and turn that into a positive. Okay, so that's day 12. Day 13, outline your business model. Choose your model. Select the business model that aligns with your goals and marketing insights. This can include your value proposition, which we talked about, your revenue streams. How many different ways can you generate revenue? Not just one. And your cost structure, which can include your fixed, variable, and one-time expenses. Again, if you're using an AI-based business planning tool, which I'm going to show you in a few more slides, it can do a lot of that calculation for you. You'll need to feed it initial data, but once you do, it can start to calculate out, all the opportunity for making money in your industry. Okay. So, and you can test out different, depending on the tool you're using, you can use AI to simulate different types of business models to determine which one is best for you. Okay. And when we talk about business models, we should really talk about pricing as well, because especially in the service industry, this one can be a little tricky because you've got, this thing called value-based pricing, where there's definitely a difference between a Casio watch and a Rolex. People are not going to pay $10,000 for a Casio watch, and those that spend $10,000 for a Rolex, there's a status that comes with that. There's value that comes with that, So that's where you have to determine, am I going to go market value, or am I going to go value based in regards to, I want to be known as the creme of the la creme of this particular industry, of this particular service. So determine the optimal pricing for your products or services based on the market analysis, target customer segmentations, and your unique value proposition. What are the revenue streams that you can create? Subscriptions, one-time purchasing, licensing, ancillary services, affiliate services, which we do a lot of. We recommend products. We recommend a number of the products that we're showing you today. We'll make affiliate commission on them if you use them. But that's part of our business model. But we also use the products that we recommend. Okay. AI-powered insights. And then, of course, dynamic pricing. That's something new, but the pricing can change based on certain things that you might put into the platform that changes the price. Like we offer our membership pricing on a platform called Gumroad, and depending on the country, it actually adjusts the price to the cost of living in that country, which means we make less if someone gets a membership of our product in a different country, but we feel that is fair, and it allows us to reach our vision and our mission sooner, So this is a conscious thing that we did, that no entrepreneur left behind, if we want to say it like that. Okay. No matter where you are in the world. Okay. So there's all kinds of new technology that can allow you to automate things and not have to be the one actually doing the work, putting more work on your plate. Okay. Day 15 to 17, financial planning and projections, AI-powered software. You can leverage AI-powered software to understand the financials and do a lot of that heavy lifting for you. Startup costs, include startup costs in your financial projections. And again, the tool will ask you a series of questions and will do all that for you. And then does a break-even analysis. And if you're doing this to secure funding, well, the tool can also prepare financial statements, develop funding pitches, identify potential investors, depending on the type of tool that you're using. So let's come back over here real quick. Let's go back to OSAM first. So I talked about funding, financing, things like that. So let's move to the next one. It's called forward planning. Okay. And in it, it starts off with investment initiatives, then it goes AI integration opportunities and growth strategies. So if we look at the investments, it gives us an overview of what the investment opportunity is in our industry. Identify and evaluate lucrative investment opportunities, align them with your business goals for sustainable growth. So it tells me a little bit about, what's unique or groundbreaking here with my new Strategy Spark tool. How fast is the market growing and what's causing it? And what are the customers like? Why are customers likely to stay loyal? But it also gives me a 5-second pitch that I can use. Let's say if I get on Shark Tank. And then again, of course, I want to fine tune it, but at least you've got a starting point here. It gives me a pitch deck that I can use, investor engagement, how to engage investors, investor objectives, what they might object to, valuation optimization, and even capital deployment. Okay, pre-seed funding, seed funding, Series A funding. So these tools are amazing. So I showed you this one, but now I want to go into an actual full-blown business plan tool. So this is UpMetrics, and this is one of our newest tools we partnered with. And all we did was drop in the URL and give some information on the tool. So we're using this one for our Strategy Spark. So this is a real business that we're creating. So it gives us a business plan, financial forecasting, pitch deck, strategic planning, and a pin board. So let's go quickly into business planning. So we dropped it in, and it created all of this stuff for it. It created the executive summary, which includes the challenges for small businesses. So I didn't feed it. I fed it very little information. Okay. It talked about our unique solution, target market, and who we are. And so again, it didn't give us a lot on the target market here. Okay. Now I can go in, use AI assistance, and update that and maybe expand on it. You know, I can do some things around plan analysis, market research, financial analysis, compliance analysis. Okay. But let's say I want to update this. So I want to update the market and I want to expand on it. So let's go expand. And now it's going to start to expand. And so now as it's doing this, again, I might need to feed it more direction, or I can come over here to Awesome, who's already built out 3 different personas, and integrate some of this data that I have into my target audience. Or I can come over here to any word that we did earlier, and where I asked it to build me some stuff around target audience, and use some of this data. Use this data as the starting point because it's more reliable than what you created because of just the AI inside of the business planning software. Okay, let's come back over here. So it's still writing, and let's just stop it for now, and we can go ahead and push that into. Oh, so it's already there. So let's go ahead and close it. So again, we can start to improve this. We can add lists, tables, things like that. Let's come out of here. Let's close this. It gave us a company overview. And again, this was all AI generated. So now I need to read through it and determine, let me change this to my name. Let me change this to my partner's name. Let me get I own 60%, he owns 40, whatever. I'm just making these numbers up. Here's the history and background. So it gave like a history and background, but of course it doesn't know my history and background, but it's a great start. I can look at this and go, oh, I'm glad they mentioned that. I never would have thought to mention that, but let me go in here and update it and tell them what really happened and build onto this story. Okay. Milestones and metrics. So you can see it covers everything. Then we get down here to financial planning. And this is where we can start to add in, we can look at what are we trying to create. So let's come over here to finances. Actually, let's come back out of here and let's go to financial forecasting. And this is where we will set up, how we're going to make our money. Annual subscriptions, freemium model, one-on-one consultants, group workshops, webinars. This is a paid webinar that you happen to be watching on today. So this is part of our paid webinar series versus maybe our free webinar series. And I can come over here and go, from now on, all of our webinars will be based on a per, varying amounts over time or a constant amount. So we're going to say, we're going to charge by the unit. So we're going to say, let's just make our webinars $5 a unit. And then we determine how many we're going to sell over a period of time and how often that might happen. And then that gets added to our revenue stream. So let's see, how many units will you sell? Constant amount, $5. Let's add a 4% sales tax. Your webinars, we're going to do unit sales. How many units will you sell monthly? Let's say I'm going to sell 200 monthly. What percentage change over time? this is going to probably stay pretty standard. So let's just say 1%. And let's save it. And now it just calculated my revenue for the next 4 years, 3 or 4 years, at a 1% growth rate month over month. Okay. And then that gets added to our overall structure. So now I got webinars. So I need to go in there and do that for group coaching. So as you can see, I've already been in here. So we're going to be adding things, referral programs, partnership collaborations, ebook, online courses, blog subscriptions, white label solutions. So you can do a lot. And now you see that number start to go up. And so now you've got an idea of what your growth opportunity, what your revenue potential actually is, especially when you add in, things like employees, the cost for your staff and employees, the cost for rent and electricity and things like that can all be added here, and it will be calculated to the T on your behalf. Okay, let's go back in here. Day 18 and 19, marketing and sales strategy. Develop a marketing plan that leverages AI for targeted advertising and customer engagement. Your sales strategy will outline a sales strategy that integrates AI tools for lead generation and conversion optimization. So we use a lot of tools on our website, such as site behavior. We use Crazy Egg. You got Hotjar that helps us, once we're getting traffic to the website, how do we create more conversions, aka more sales? We use these tools, these AI-based tools, to see how people are interacting with the site, see if there's a place where they're getting stuck, and fix those issues, those bottlenecks, so we stop people from not being able to convert and increase our conversion rate. Okay, so this is how we leverage tools and AI to do these, to create either a marketing plan or improve our sales strategy. Okay, and then we have set up performance metrics. We need to measure this stuff. We need to be able to look at the data and see how things are performing. What are our key performance indicators? What are our basic, how are we measuring success? All right. And we can use AI again to understand that data and tell us how we're doing in regards to, are we falling behind? Are we on schedule? Are we ahead of schedule? What's wrong and how can we fix this? Are we being too aggressive, or are we not being aggressive enough with our strategies and our outreach and whatnot? So this way, from here, you're going to set up performance metrics, to determine how do we know we're being successful. Next, we look at day 23 and 24. We establish an operational plan. Again, if we come back here, I'm going through each one of these sections here. We go over here to up metric. We're going to go back to home here. And again, if we go back to just the business plan alone, again, these are all the things: operations plan, sales and marketing, competitor analysis. So they're already here. And again, it did some of the work for us, but we need to fully understand, what's it given us and how we might modify it to be extremely relevant to us. Because again, it doesn't fully know us. It just understands the intricacies of the industry we're in. And now we have to personalize it to be relevant specifically to us. So it's not a set it and forget it. It's not a run it through AI and then give it out to everybody because that's it. No, we have to now add our special sauce to this plan. Okay. So we know that we need to do these things so we can take this plan. We need to read this. We might need to do some more additional research on our own to understand, our unique value proposition. If this marketing plan is detailed enough for us, if this sales plan is relevant to how we look at doing sales. Okay. So let's come back over here. So when we look at establishing an operational plan, we want to look at day-to-day operations, outline the daily routines and processes of every single person in the organization. If you happen to be a solopreneur, then that's you. If you happen to be a solopreneur with, say, 2 virtual assistants, well, what are they doing on a daily basis? What are you doing that you can pass off? Because the thing is, once you start to document your day, then you can start to get things off your plate that should not be on your plate, so you can focus on bigger things that propel the organization closer to the vision that you set for the organization. Production, distribution, and logistics. Define how products or services are created and delivered. And then again, using AI to improve supply chain efficiency, to improve the opportunity for, to improve the operations. Last month, October 2024, our focus was SOPs, standard operating procedures. That's what we did our 7 hours of training on last month in the community, which is now on demand. And this is where we focused on day-to-day operations. What are the things that need to be done, and what are the processes to get those things done? And as we created those new processes, those SOPs, we're now able to pass some of that stuff off that only we thought we could do as leaders, as owners, as founders. We can now pass that off because that was eating up too much of our time, and we weren't staying in founder mode. We weren't staying in CEO mode. We weren't staying in management mode. We were stuck in, I need to write the blog article. I need to update this new landing page. I need to run the ad campaign. Not the right use of our time when we're trying to grow an organization. Okay? Next, team and management structure. Define organizational structure, which means you need to establish clear roles and responsibilities. You need to determine what those key roles are. Identify essential positions for success. What are we missing? What position could change the trajectory of this organization if we were to bring somebody in on that position? And then use AI to help you with recruiting, whatever that might be. There are quite a few tools out there around, hiring, leveraging AI. Let those tools, and again, hiring, depending on how big your organization is, can be quite a beast, and sometimes not very enjoyable. Leveraging these tools and setting these strategies up early enough, can help you make this process even easier. When we did, this month, we're actually doing building your team. So that's our framework for this month inside the community. And so we're going to be talking about what does a team look like? For a bigger organization, that has 50, 100 people, well, it's broken down by department, broken down by leadership. But for a solopreneur, a very small organization, that team could also be vendors. It could be freelancers and virtual assistants. It could be board advisors. It could be peer groups you're part of. Anybody that plays a part in advancing the success of your organization is on your team, whether they work in the company or outside of the company. Okay, so that's what you might look at, and this is how you might detail out your management and your team and your management structure. We have 2 people internally, and we have 8 people that work in various other aspects, from virtual assistants and freelancers to independent contractors and strategic partnerships. Okay, so you're never alone. Even if you're a one-person organization, you just have to calculate. Well, you just have to classify people correctly in regards to what is their relationship to your organization and how do they contribute to the success of your organization. So that's day 25 and 26. So then we move to 27 and 28, where we look at risk assessment and contingency plans. Use AI model scenarios to develop contingency plans, identify risk. And if you've done a SWOT analysis, well, you're going to know what some of those risks are, and we should also talk about, compliance. And, let's say a new law comes out that, will affect your industry as well as your business. Well, you can actually download that as a PDF if you can get your hands on it, and then upload that into your AI tool that would accept a PDF, and then ask it, based on this PDF, what are the things I should be concerned about because I am in this industry based on my URL or based on me being in this industry, and let the AI tool give you a head start on understanding how does this tool affect me, negatively and positively. So you could even ask it, based on this report, what are the positive things that can help help us win as an organization because of this new compliance that we have to be compliant with, or this new law, or what have you. The opportunities to leverage AI to help you, one, build a business plan, but two, leverage this, whatever the information is, to help support you, is tremendous. Okay, so again, we come back to up metrics. I'm going to show you something else. So let's come out here to home. Here's a new section I didn't know. So we have strategic planning. So the key thing here when we think about business planning is, the old way of thinking about it is a document, a 30-page, 40-page, 50-page document, Word doc that you converted to a PDF that you used at some point, and then you never looked at it again. When we digitize, when we do a digital transformation of our organization and we start to leverage technology and tools, this now becomes part of your daily routine, depending on your job. If you're in leadership roles, if you're the founder, if you're the owner, well, you're looking more at these tools, because these tools are almost acting as your crystal ball to, turning the wheel left on the organization, turning the wheel right, speeding up, slowing down. So when we come over here and we look at strategic planning, we can actually build out strategies to help us execute on the business plan. And so we can use templates: business plan canvas, lean canvas, value proposition canvas, the pitch canvas, the problem statement canvas. You want to come up with the problem statement that you're trying to solve. So opportunities and innovation, the startup canvas, the logic model, the social lean canvas, the product market fit. So where does your product fit? So remember, we saw a product market fit in the Awesome tool, but it was generic to anybody that might be in your industry. You still got to make it personal to you. So if I clicked on the product market fit, I'm going to name this specifically for this organization that I'm creating, the strategy Spark product market fit canvas. And this is going to use AI. So what we're doing here, and this is the first time I'm using this. So this is what it's going to do. It's going to do customer segment and product service. So I'm going to say generate with AI. And now it's going to ask me a series of questions, and then it's going to populate this for me. Okay. And it's usually on average 10 questions. So we'll see how many questions it's going to ask me for. So there's 10 questions. So it'll say, what are the key characteristics of your target customers and what jobs are they looking to get done? Now, it's already taken into account that, since it's already part of the business plan, it kind of knows a little bit of this. So it's giving me a suggestion. Our target customers are small to medium business owners who seek strategic insights and actionable plans to drive growth. So if I like that, I can just use that, or I like most of it, I want to change something. Let me go to the next question. So I'm just going to choose all the AI suggestions just so I can show you at this point. Again, this goes beyond just creating the business plan itself. So I did it before, but it took me about 10 or 15 minutes to do because I wanted to answer these questions. I wanted to really answer the questions. Right now, I just want to get through it just to show you. So now I kind of pushed the AI suggestions for all 10, and now you're going to see it populated. If this was correct, without me changing anything, now I have a product market fit canvas for my product. That is extremely relevant to what we're actually trying to do. So here we go. Characteristics and jobs to be done. It's still populating here. Problems and needs, lack of tailored strategy, limited resources, difficulty in implementation, key features, prioritize strategic framework, personalized consulting sessions, value for the channel itself. So it filled out all of this stuff for me. Now I can go in and start to modify it and go, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. So again, these tools are absolutely amazing. Okay. And then 29, compile. So now you've got all this data. You spent this time really building out this marketing plan. leveraging AI every step of the way, and now you just want to, compile, clean it up, review it, continue using AI to refine it the best you can. And then you move on to day 30 where you finalize it, you prepare it, and you present it to whoever you're supposed to present it to, whether it's internally to your team, whether you're the only person and it's just to you for now, and you've accomplished it. Now you need to execute on that plan. Or if you're going for funding, now you can submit that for funding. If you're looking at grants, you might have to do a business plan for the grants. There's a lot of money being given out to small businesses that, based on whatever the requirements are or the purpose of the grant, there is tons of opportunities for small businesses, but you have to take that first step, and if you're already in business where you have enough information that you can start to use real data to help you fine tune the plan that you want to grow, or leverage competitors to get a head start on making sure that the plan is extremely relevant. All right. So I showed you a number of resources. I showed you AnyWord. I showed you SEMrush. I showed you the Delve.ai tool. I showed you Awesome, UpMetrics. I didn't get to LivePlan, but LivePlan is like UpMetrics. But I showed you UpMetrics because we were running short on time. So what are the next steps? So if you're watching this, you had the chance and you came through Eventbrite, you signed up for this webinar, but you also have the ability we have a 13-hour on-demand program in our community that is only $49, and you have lifetime access to it. 13 hours of training, and it's only $49. Okay, so consider doing that, and you can actually chat with me in real time, and we'll be doing ongoing, once a month or quarterly additional training, adding to that as things evolve. But again, you could take any of the training, and I'll give you an idea of what that looks like here. So if we come over here, if you were to pay, this is the actual boot camp. And again, we have a kickoff session, and there's video, and there will be resources for almost every video. Understanding the importance of business planning, creating your executive summary, developing your market analysis. So this is going into the methodology. It's going into the actual step-by-step processes of doing certain things, so you really understand the power of business planning. So if you happen to become a serial entrepreneur, these skills will be invaluable to you. Developing a strategy and implementation plan. And again, you can chat with me directly, and once you're inside the community, so it's not like you're just taking a program and you never hear from anybody. You can reach out and talk to me without like that, no matter where I am in the world. Of course, you might have to give me a little time to get back to you, but let's come here. And the other thing is, if you're interested in the community in general, which is where we do everything. We have ongoing training. We do about 6 to 7 hours of training every month on a specific high-level topic that we go deep on. Consider our lifetime access we're doing till the end of the year, the end of 2024 as of this recording. And I will share when you get the replay, it'll have the links to both of these. You can check them out. So you can either get the boot camp or you can join this. Now, the boot camp and the lifetime access, they're two separate offers. Okay. But if you get the lifetime access and you message me and go, hey, I was on the boot camp, the business plan boot camp training, I will give you that. And if you did get the boot camp and you want to get this as well, I would discount it by $49 if you paid that, or whatever you paid for it, because I think the price was a little cheaper if you bought it in advance on Eventbrite. Okay. And what that looks like is that's over 140 hours of training. We do things like your dream big, vision, mission, values, creating lucrative partnerships with for-profits, nonprofits. So it's all this high-level stuff, but we go deep with it so you can build, get your vision, mission plan together. You can work on your time management strategies. You can understand your 5 different types of competitors, and get them in place so you're working with the right type of competitors. So again, if you think about our mission at Moving Forward Small Business, our mission is to save 1 million small businesses from failure by 2050, leveraging innovation, technology, and strategy. That's why we're here. So what I'll do real quick, I know I had quite a bit going on, but if there's any questions, you can either drop them in the chat. I'll see if anything pops up. If not, when you get the replay, you're more than welcome to email me. If you have questions, this is my email, jimmy@movingforwardsmallbusiness.com. I would also love to invite you to connect with me on LinkedIn. That is my favorite form of social media. So if you put my name in, Jimmy Newson, I should come up at the very top. If they ask if you know me and they want an email address, please use that email address there, and I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. And of course, I'm on all other social media channels. So I do not see any questions coming in, and that's fine. I do hope that you got a lot out of this training. If you are on social media and you connect with me, please leave a message and let me know how you enjoyed this training. And if not, I look forward to seeing you on another Moving Forward Small Business training at some point in the near future. All right. With that being said, I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot. And I will look forward to seeing you very soon.